Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a Glossier try on testing first impressions kind of vibe, because I did a haul the other week and a few of you said that you wanted to see me try the products, and I thought with it being a really hot sunny day outside and with Glossier being a really kind of minimal, fresh faced, natural kind of brand, it was the perfect day for me to get these products out, give them a go and see what makeup look I can create with what's in the bag. So if you haven't seen the Glossier haul, I recommend going and checking it out. I'll leave a link in the cards and in the description for you, but I picked up near enough a full face of makeup. I'm gonna see what I can do and how far I can go with all of this, and then obviously if I need to top up with like a lip gloss and a mascara, then I'm gonna do that. But most of it is going to be with Glossier, and any bits that I do that aren't, I'm not going to put in the video. But without further ado, I'm going to open up the bag and just start putting on some products. So first and foremost, I think it's best if we go in with the Future Dew, which is like the oily serum. I'm going to first go in with my SkinCeuticals SPF, which is an SPF 50. It's a really good one. This is what it looks like if you are interested. It's the Ultra Face Defense SPF 50. I recommend wearing SPF every single day, even if it's not sunny outside, because I think that it's so important to protect your face from the sun and not kind of let all of the nasties and stuff get to your skin, because that's one of the top things of aging is sun damage. And obviously we don't really want to be sun damaging our skin. We want to keep looking fresh. Right, next step, I'm going to quickly pop on this headband and just put my hair out of my face, because I don't really want to be getting makeup all over my hair. I look a bit crazy, but this video is not about my hair and everything else, it's about my face. So next up, I'm going to go in with the Future Dew, because I think serum is definitely the next best step as opposed to moisturiser. I know some people do it in different orders, but I tend to do my serums first. So this is the Future Dew, which is apparently a really glowy, really kind of nice, fresh looking serum, and I'm quite excited to try this. So it says apply 2 pumps, which looks like quite a lot, but I think a little might go a long way, and it feels really kind of, it's like a thick serum, which I quite like, and I think it's gonna definitely give me a good glow. So let's just pop this on. Do you know what, it actually smells really fresh as well, which I quite like. I have to admit, it does feel a little bit thick on my face. I feel like I definitely could have got away with 1 pump instead of 2. I think 2 was a bit ambitious. It looks quite oily, and I know it's an oil-based serum, but it looks very oily on my skin. I do think probably because I've put the SPF on as well, and that's also just a tiny bit like oily looking, I think I look a lot more glowy on the camera than I am. So in the cutaway, I think you can see my skin doesn't look as kind of oily and glowy as in the other camera, but we're gonna go with it, it's fine. And what I tend to do normally is leave about 10 minutes between my skincare and my makeup, just so that everything has a chance to really absorb into my skin and just give my skin like the perfect base for all of my makeup. So I do think the reason it's a little bit glowy and a little bit kind of very dewy is because of the fact I used the SPF as well, and I think an oil serum hybrid is naturally going to be a little bit more oily. Alright, next up is the priming moisturiser. So this is apparently buildable hydrating cream. So I'm going to go in with a really small amount and just kind of apply that all over, and hopefully it might kind of add hydration because that's amazing. I love having a really hydrated face. I think one of the most underrated skincare products is water, and it sounds so silly to say, but I've noticed that the more my face is hydrated and the more water I drink, the more my complexion looks even, the more glowy my skin looks naturally. And I've noticed over the last couple of weeks I've been getting a lot more compliments on my skin, and I do honestly think it is down to me drinking more water. Like, I lug around this bad boy every single day, and this is a 2.5 litre bottle, and I probably would say that I drink maybe 1.5 of these a day, if not more, and it's doing wonders for not only my skin but my bloating, my overall mood, my energy. Like, everything just seems to be improving, and it's all down to something so simple and free. You don't have to pay for water, it's free. Just pour a tap and there you go. Right, I feel like I've waffled enough now for the last couple of minutes, so I'm gonna start on my actual face. Now I'm gonna quickly run downstairs and wet a beauty blender, because I've got one here but it obviously needs wetting to be usable, so give me 2 seconds and I'll be back. And I found a less gigantic headband, so I'm gonna pop that one on instead, because I think it'll hold my hair out of my face and not be as like there. But I've dampened the beauty blender, and first things first, I'm gonna go in with concealer. This is the stretch concealer, so I've got the shade G10, and I think it's gonna be perfect for my skin tone because it's that kind of nice like warm colour. I don't know how best to do this. They all say apply with fingers, but I'm like, I'm gonna go in with the beauty blender because I don't really like using my fingers, because I think fingers can just get sweaty and oily and then you're transferring all of that to your face. So I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender, and I'm just going to tackle my under eyes and like areas that I would normally put concealer. Do you know what? I'm quite impressed. It's covered my dark circles. I think you can kind of see the difference now between my two eyes. I've noticed whenever I conceal my eyes, they look quite a lot smaller, but you can kind of see that it looks a lot more kind of even, and even though it's a very light concealer and the consistency is really good, it's not really heavy and it's not really thick, and I think that's going to be great because it's not going to get cakey or anything. So I'm going to tackle this eye and like my chin and my nose and the other bits that I would normally do, and I'm honestly not using that much of it. I'm finding a little goes a long way, especially when you have a beauty blender that is damp, because obviously it helps to spread the product quite well. We're going to go in with the Perfecting Skin Tint, which is the foundation, and this is something I'm intrigued to try because I don't know what the coverage is going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be a heavy coverage, if it's going to be a light coverage, if it's going to be something that is more of like a BB cream, but we'll give it a go. But I'm going to apply some to the back of my hand, like so. That's probably quite a lot, whoopsie. And then what we're going to do is just go in and apply it to my face. This one actually is the only one that's really had a fragrance so far. It smells slightly, I don't know what the word is, you know when you have like foundation and it has that kind of distinct slightly sweet smell. Do you know what, I can't really notice any real difference, but that being said, I might need to put a little bit more on because I think where it's quite a light skin tint, it could be that it's just very, very subtle. And I don't know whether it's buildable. I want to say it probably is, but like with the concealer, you can still see the Future Dew kind of peeping through on my highlight areas, and I think it looks quite nice. Like it looks like I've got a really good highlight on underneath. I might go in with a tiny bit more of the skin tint, but obviously if we're going for kind of a fresh faced look, then you don't want too much. But I'm putting like the smallest amount ever on my face. Let's blend this out. I have to admit, for saying it's really lightweight, it is covering my spots and blemishes quite well. Okay, that is the Skin Perfector on. What are we thinking? Are we thinking it looks good? Leave me a comment and let me know what you think of it. Let me know, actually, leave me a comment and let me know if you think this looks different. Like, do I look different to you? Does my skin look more even? What are you thinking of the base so far? Because I'm very intrigued. It feels really nice. I feel really like dewy and fresh faced. I feel like it kind of doesn't look like I've really got makeup on, which is a good thing. So I visibly have, I feel like I've got a base on and it looks different, but I don't feel like it looks like I've got a base on. Does that make sense? That's obviously a bonus because that's the kind of thing you want sometimes, is to look like you don't have much on. So what we're going to do next is go in with the Cloud Paint, which is something I've heard very, very good things about. And Cloud Paint is basically a cheek tint. So it's this little kind of paint tube here, and this is one of their Holy Grail products along with another one that I've got in a minute, and this is one that I have seen recommended so many times and it sounds amazing, so I can't wait to try this. I've got it on my hand and it looks like it's slightly darker, so I don't know whether I could almost contour with this, but I'm going to give it a go. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but we're going to see if we can kind of almost subtly contour my face with it. I know it is technically meant to be a blush, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. Definitely cannot contour with it. I think it's given me like the subtle cheek tint, which I like, and I think it's worked. I think it looks okay. The last two products are the ones that I really can't wait to try. So we've got the Night Shine, which is the highlight, and we've got Boy Brow. I'm gonna go with Night Shine now, which is this little product here. And this is basically a really good little product because it comes with a little wand, and you basically just dab it onto wherever you want your highlight. So I'm going to dab, 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 dab. And then I've obviously gone like down my nose and across my cheeks. And then what I'm going to do is use my finger to spread that out so that it keeps that really nice dewy look. I think one of the top beauty hacks as well is to always highlight your Cupid's bow because it makes your lips look a bit more shaped. How am I doing for a beauty video, guys? I don't normally do beauty videos, but I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. But anyway, looking at the highlight, I love it. I honestly think I look like I've not got makeup on and I look very fresh faced, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it looks really nice and really subtle, and if I take this headband off, which I can probably do now because I've done my base, it's just kind of like a really subtle look. I think it looks really natural, and I think obviously the fact that I still don't have mascara or anything on is a big giveaway to the no makeup thing, but that's going to be the last thing I do. First up, I'm actually going to go in with Boy Brow. Actually no, do you know what? Let's do mascara first. Okay, so there is the mascara on. I've never looked so fresh faced in my life. I think this is the most natural makeup I've done in a very, very long time, and I always find my makeup never looks complete until my eyebrows are done. So we're gonna go with Boy Brow. So Boy Brow seems like a really nice product in that it is literally like a brow mascara. Very, very simple to use seemingly, and this is the one that has been the most hyped online, so I'm thinking it's going to be a really good one. You brush it through your brows and kind of just flick it up and out. Obviously you can do this as kind of bushy or as natural or as groomed as you want it to be. So I'm just going to kind of play and see what happens. I'm thinking it's going to be quite nice, and my brows are a little bit unruly at the moment. They're kind of between needing to be done and needing to be dyed again. So I've put tint on them a couple of weeks ago, which is why they are relatively dark. I've kind of done that so that I can put things like boy brow through. It's definitely like a buildable product, so you can definitely kind of do as much or as little as you want with it. But it gives that kind of really subtle look. So as you can see, this one now just looks a bit more full than this one, and it still looks super natural and it still looks like there's not really much in it. Let me show you like this. It's really good because it kind of just grooms them very, very subtly. My brows are such different shapes. It always makes me laugh so much. One is very much like the hairs grow upwards, and one like the hairs grow along. And it always gives for like a completely different brow on each eye, which is nothing I can help because they grow like it, and obviously I can't like make my eyebrows grow any different, and I can't do anything about the way that they grow. Okay guys, my camera just died, but I'm back to finish the video. So I've actually just added some of this Nude Sticks, which is a magnetic lip plump paint, and it's basically like a really nice subtle natural looking nude, and it's one of my favourites for days when I don't really want to look like I'm wearing too much makeup but I want something subtle. So I popped that on and I really like this look. So I've actually gone over with a tiny bit more boy brow, and I think that going over the second time just gives it a little bit more definition, which is what I love. And I'm really impressed and I really like this look. I think it's a very subtle, barely there kind of makeup look, but it's definitely one that I would wear for every day on holiday or in summer, and for days when I don't really want to buy loads of makeup but I want to still wear like a little something. So it's a really nice natural look, and I think if you are going for that no makeup kind of vibe, this is perfect. I have to admit, my favourite products of everything I got is the Night Shine Boy Brow, and I think the concealer are probably my top ones. I think the concealer's fab because it's really lightweight. It barely looks like it's there, but it kind of evens my skin tone really nicely, which I think is exactly what you want. Least favourites but willing to work with, the Cloud Paint. I think I'm just not using it properly, and I think if I've got a tan I'll probably like it more. Future Dew, I'd be interested to see what it's like with different foundations and on its own, because I think if I was having a no makeup day that would be a really gorgeous serum to pop on and give me that like natural glowy look. But I really like this makeup look. I think it's really kind of nice and natural, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Obviously, as I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not a makeup person. I'm not James Charles or any of the big dogs out there. And I just like experimenting every now and then and giving you like a really easy, no fuss, normal girl's guide to makeup. Hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a little comment down below and let me know if you've tried any Glossier, if you want to try it, if you have any favourite products or anything like that. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.